Hey guys, Kev here, and we need to talk about some really cool knives that came in recently. I have had zero time to do anything, so I apologize, but I really want to talk about these knives. The first one has impressed the shit out of me, and that is the Kunwu Knives Compadre. So this puppy is actually available right now. If you want to pick one up, I'll put a link down in the description to their website. I believe they start at like $279 or something like that. And you're talking Vanex super clean, titanium, very nicely built. They have lefty and righty versions. I think the lefties are sold out at the time of filming this, and they still had some righties. Now, they didn't have the lefty in this satin version. Otherwise, I would have ordered it. They sent me this. Shout out to Kunwu. Thank you for sending this my way. But I would have ordered the lefty version immediately, but it was not available in satin. They had a stonewash version. Even a reverse tux one or the DLC one would have been sick, but I don't think they had those available. The difference between the full size and the mini, or the Padre and the Compadre, is insane to me. Because I liked the Padre. It was objectively a good knife. But I just didn't love how, I don't know, the size didn't make sense to me. It felt like the blade was a little too small for the handle. The banana handle really stuck out in that size. And I didn't feel like the front flipper was like game changing, where this one feels game changing. So it could just be the size of your hand. I have a large glove size hand, right? So I think for people with XL hands, they probably feel the way about the Padre that I feel about the Compadre. So people with large or smaller hands will probably love this knife. And it's just hitting on all cylinders. This front flipper has a great angle. The jimping works really well. And it allows you to front flip the knife excellently. It allows you to roll back the knife excellently. And keep in mind, my hands right now are covered in wicked wax because I was just filming a video about the Divo tall boy, and I was showing how you can wax up your scales a little bit, and it's literally all over me. Even with some alcohol, it didn't help. And I'm still able to, roll this back no problem. Then you can just reach up and reach around it, and it's not an awkward reach around. A lot of knives that have a usable reach around front flipper, a lot of times you get caught sort of like in a weird spot, and then the knife comes out and it like whacks you in the finger like that. This one feels really usable because it just flies open, right? So that's the front flipper, and that's not even the best part. You have a beautiful hole, so she said, for a gorgeous reverse flick. You can thumb flick it as well. So you have a ton of ways to open this and enjoy this knife. And now, as you can tell, this is a right-handed knife. So the frame lock's over here. Yet I have the clip on the left side. So the clip is reversible on this knife. Shout out to whoever it was that told me that. Thank you very much. Whenever my stupid brain looks at a knife like this, I go, oh, the angle on that can't work on the opposite side. But it fits. It works fine. And, of course, there is a full lefty version. Now, the only drawback as a lefty to the right-handed version is the frame lock gets in the way. I cannot fire this the way I want to. I want to pick it up and go, bam, but I can't. I have to come up and just put my thumb on the pivot up in this area, and then I can reverse flick it. And I tell you what, I haven't minded doing that at all. Usually that's where I draw the line, right? You guys know me. If I can't naturally reverse flick it, it's out. But this works. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Evo in that sense that I just don't mind getting used to however I have to flick it. It feels fantastic. Now, the Evo also has a long clip that you can rest on. But, yeah, this feels great. Ergonomically, it feels better than the OG, than the Padre. I still have a little bit sticking out, but it doesn't feel like a whole handle. And it just feels like I could spread out a little bit, and it's really comfortable. You have a nice choil up here. They did a great job not leaving a super sharp corner that will cut you when you're in that grip or when you're closing it on yourself like that. It's just fun to fidget with. I can play with it in a million different ways and enjoy it. This is the Kunwu Knives Padre, and it is absolutely wonderful. Sorry, Compadre. And it is absolutely wonderful. Worth every penny if you want one. $279, $300, whatever it is, it's worth it in this material. Yeah, they killed it. Great job, Kunwu. Thank you for sending this along. And then a quick note, I had a pre-order come in. This is the Crispy Donut Community Outbreak. This is their Kickstarter knife they did a few months ago with Best Tech, and they came in, and yeah, I got my pre-order. So really happy with it. It came out just like the prototype I handled. It's got those beautiful milled-in sprinkles, which I thought was a really cool touch. I'm not a big donut-themed guy. You guys know that. But this one did it subtly. So it was fine for me, and I busted out the wallet, and I picked one up on Kickstarter. If I recall, I was actually the last order to get them over the goal. I wasn't the last order, but you know what I'm saying. Has a compound ground Tanto-style blade here, that crazy jimping. It is belt satin. Shout out to the folks at Crispy Donut Community, Drew and Luke. They actually got these in, and Best Tech had done the blades in a stonewash, and they sent an email out to backers, and they said, we're shipping these, and, you know, they came with stonewash blades, whatever, and I don't know if it was enough people reached out or what, but I reached out, and I said, hey, man, I would wait and have Best Tech redo those with the belt satins. And there was some kind of miscommunication or something. And they did. They went back to Best Tech, and people had to wait like another month. But it was worth it. Trust me. This looks absolutely fantastic. And I'm very glad that they went above and beyond with that. It's got cool accents. Got a nice clip. I really enjoyed the prototype when I had it in. It's actually relatively easy for me to lefty reverse flick. The only thing I wish is that there was some kind of choil situation. You can kind of choke up on this here. Of course, that would get rid of the flipper tab. So, you know, it's not a huge knife. It's a smaller size knife. Where's that compadre? Here's the compadre. They're similarly sized. I'd say it's about a 3 1/4 inch knife. Here is a stout 3.3 inch blade, 7.5 overall. Yeah, pretty much dead on with that. So that is the CDC Outbreak, which is kind of funny. CDC, Crispy Donut Community Outbreak. Get it? CDC? Anyway. It came with a little card, like an apocalypse card or something. It was really cool. So shout out to the dudes over there. I'm sure they'll have some of these available to sell. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. It is in Magna Cut blade steel. Good old Magna Cut from Best Tech. I don't know what that comes in at. Oops. Good detent, by the way. It's dialed for the studs. And it's good enough for the flipper. It's not like perfect. That's me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. it's got enough that it flies out of there, right? And it's not too strong with the studs that it hurts. So I think they got it right. Very tricky to get those perfect, and they did a very good job. So that's the Outbreak. Shout out to those guys. I do have I don't know if I have a link, but I have a code. Lefty10, I believe, actually works at Crispy Donut Community as well. Now, the next two, and then I'll probably wrap this up. I'll do a separate video for the other stuff I have. I have so much going on, but I don't want to kill you guys with super long videos. So, there is a new company, or not a new company, a new to me company called Monster. Now, stick with me, guys. I know some of you have never heard of them, and you heard that name and you're about to run. Don't run. Remember Kubi? They had a monkey too, all right? Just kidding. So Monster is a brand that I asked them. They've been around for about 25 years doing OEM services, okay? And they recently decided to launch their own premium brand, or whatever, premium line of knives, whatever you want to call it. And they have 3 models out right now. They have the Glide Man, the Aurora Rays, and the Urban Grip. And I had never heard of them. And there were some guys in a group chat I'm in. I'm in a little YouTuber group chat for my pass-around group. And the dudes in there were talking about them. And a couple guys recommended them. And I looked on their website, and I saw some cool-looking knives. So I hit them up. I was like, hey, you know. And they said, you know, you want to pick a knife, and we can send it to you to check out. And I said, hells yeah. So I picked the Urban Grip to check out. And then when I got the package today or yesterday, they actually sent me 2. They sent me a Glide Man and an Urban Grip. So I'm going to show you those here. They're really good quality. Here's the details if you want them. First, the Urban Grip, man. This is the one that I asked for. And I don't know what this carbon fiber is, but it's cool. They have a white, and then they have a green and a blue as well. And I've been trying to kind of figure out this brand. Like, you know, my instincts are always like, who's making their stuff? They say they're an OEM, so they're making it. So then I'm like, whose stuff do they make? What does it feel like, you know? And I got to say, the quality's excellent. It feels Best Tech-ish, premium Best Tech-ish. So it's possible that they are the premium OEM for Best Tech. They could be, I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of, what's that one brand? I had a knife and I didn't like it, actually. Not my favorite brand, but it reminds me a little bit of that. It's a brand you guys recommended, very affordable on Amazon. And I got a knife and it was terrible. It looked great, but the action and stuff wasn't great. It just reminds me of that with the like shadow box look here. But anyway, yeah, the quality's excellent. So I thought maybe Cavol knives, C-A-V-O-L, Cavol knives, maybe they've made some stuff for them. These screws kind of remind me of the Denka screws and whatnot. So anyway, needless to say, it's very well made, and I'm impressed. And that's why I pointed that out. So they have this front flipper, and look what they did. They're one of the only companies. All right, sorry, I got cut off because my phone overheated, apparently. My channel phone, so I'm using my personal phone to record this. So if it looks a little different, that's why. So they're one of the only companies I've seen jimp the knife up and around. That's what I always ask for, but they put an extra little jimp up top so that you can reach up here and get a grip, which is really cool. And when you're front flipping or rolling back, you don't slide off or anything. It just feels great. It is a larger size knife. It reminds me of a little bit of Trevor Berger stuff. And it reminds me a little bit of Vero. And it reminds me a little bit of maybe like a Shiro style look. And I don't mean any of this as in copy or whatever. I just mean it's giving me those kind of comparisons. And those are all very good comparisons. This knife, by the way, is fucking incredible. Such a good knife. So really cool. This is the... what's this one called again? The Urban Grip. Sorry. And their knives are not super expensive. They're in the mid 200s, I believe. And you can actually use a code. I told them I would sign up for the affiliate program, and assuming the knives are good, I would talk about it in the video. Well, they're good. And you can use my code LeftyEDC on their website. I'll put a link down below to their website for you to check out. LeftyEDC will take 10% off your order, which is pretty sick. So that is the Urban Grip. Let me show you a size comparison. So here is the Compadre we already talked about. You can see how much smaller that is. The Outbreak we talked about, both a bit smaller. Now let me grab the Divo Knives Tall Boy, because that is actually a larger knife that we have. 3.6 inch blade, and it's actually bigger than that. This is a 3.73 inch blade. So fairly large knife, probably 8.5 inches, 9 inches. So she said larger knife. One thing I want to note is the clip. They're very similar on all their knives. And I don't necessarily love the way you have these relief cuts and then the clip there, but it does ramp in and get over your pocket before it hits the relief, so it should be okay. This one in particular works great. It went in my pocket and out of my pocket, no problem. I do have very thin pants on right now. I have like thin mesh, not mesh, but whatever material, stretch material pants from Off the Grid on. So I don't know if jeans would feel different, but very cool. The next one is the Glide Man. And this one's really cool. So the reason I didn't go with this one is it's a frame lock. So I just assumed it wouldn't work very well left-handed. I was wrong. I'll show you that in a second. Here we have a machine satin. This one has a machine satin as well. Pretty well done, though. You can see their logo right there. Is that little mountainy looking guy there. You have a lanyard stop here, a lanyard pin, sorry. And you have the same clip, same setup. All three of the knives I saw look identical when it comes to the clip and the relief cuts. It probably helps in production. Very cool. Has a nice forward finger choil, smaller knife. And this one reminds me of the Ferrum Forge Falcon, I think it's called, the Falcon. Excellent action. Flipper tab's not super poppy, but with the leverage you get in the angle, it does pop. Like, it's fine, you know. And the hole works great. Now, check this out. Witching! As a lefty, I can fire this puppy out. Now, there are times where I miss it because I just don't flick strong enough. But if I put enough pressure on, I can fire it lefty. And that has made me such a happy man. Super comfortable in hand. You get that little poon spoon right here. Divot right here for your thumb. I mean, it's beautiful, guys. Really, really well done by Ferro Monster. And, I mean, it's crazy. I hadn't even heard of the brand. Shout out to the boys who told me about it. It's always good to learn about new brands. And, yeah, both of them are fantastic. Honestly, if you asked me to recommend one, I'd probably go with this one, the Glide Man, just because of the size and the reverse flick. I'm a reverse flicking kind of guy. This will be a good comparison here. So you'll see with the compadre there, they're very similar sized. It also, I guess it gives vibes of kind of like a Vox or something like that as well. But yeah, there's that size and that. Let me see if my phone's done being annoying. Hopefully it kept that video. Yes, it kept at least part of it. So let's go to their website. Monster. So here it is. I'll add them to my links and everything because now I know their stuff is good. But if you go to shop all here, you'll see $288, $298. Oh, they have another version of that Urban Grip that looks cool. So, for instance, $288 on the Urban Grip that I have. You're talking about M390 steel, talking about titanium, 3.67-inch blade. Sorry, I said 3.73. I thought it was. Titanium hardware. You have an inlay. I mean, really well done. And if you use Lefty 10, you can take basically $30 off. So you're looking at $258 for this knife, which I think is very fair. And you can buy it with PayPal. So I bet you they have PayPal in whatever. You probably have, let's see, what else do they have? No, they just have PayPal. So, but that's fine. A lot of guys like PayPal. You can pay in full probably with that if you're one of those guys. Or you can just use your PayPal balance. But that one's $288. Let's see how much the Glide Man is. The Glide Man is $228. So if you use my code on that, that's $22.80 you'll save. You're talking about 200 and I don't know. I can't do math. $206 or something like that. Yeah. This is a good knife for $206 for sure. M390. Really good ergos. That's what I like about it. And that Poon Spoon, man. It really does lock you in. It's really nice. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of Monster. So I'll put a link to them down below. I'll put a link to Crispy and a link to Kunwu. I guess I have links for everything as usual, I guess. But yeah, I'm really impressed with all of these. And yeah, shout out to these companies for either hooking me up or having awesome products that I bought. And most of these will go into the pass around. I don't think this one will. But these three will for sure. And maybe this one will as well. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I love you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.